The latest update on the next stimulus package and the infrastructure package. Also, we'll be talking about some stimulus programs that are going on right now. Let's talk through it. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and for being part of this community. As you know, I am your daily advocate, as I am back every single day to keep you updated and to help you out in any way that I can through these videos during a time where it seems like information is changing literally on an hourly basis. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to join the community by hitting the subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you, everybody. I truly appreciate it, and I will continue to be here for you every single day going forward. Let's talk through this. So the administration came back to Republicans with a counteroffer on the infrastructure package. Now, they were sitting at about $2.3 trillion, and Republicans were sitting at originally $568 billion. As you can see, they're very, very far apart. However, the administration came back with a counteroffer coming down to $1.7 trillion, shaving off about $550 billion from their price tag. Well, we know that Mitch McConnell said that he would be willing to go up to about $800 to $900 billion. That's about it. However, after that counterproposal came out from the administration, Republicans basically looked at it and said, well, thanks guys, we really appreciate it, but no thanks. We will go ahead and take a pass on that one. So, as of right now, they're basically looking at this counterproposal or this counteroffer, and they're saying, yeah, no thanks, we're going to go ahead and pass. It's a non-starter. Now, why do we care about the infrastructure package? You might be thinking, okay, this is great, like good information, thanks for sharing, but we don't really care. No, I totally get it. Here's the deal. The infrastructure package doesn't really pertain to us other than the fact it would be working on like roads, bridges, airports, stuff like that. But I guess what I mean when I say it doesn't pertain to us is I mean it doesn't have direct stimulus payments in there to us. But the reason we want to keep an eye on this is because, like I've said in other videos, this is going to determine what's going to happen going forward as far as the other stimulus package, the one that we're really focused on, the American Families Plan, the second portion of the infrastructure package. Remember, they broke it up into two packages. It's about a $4.1 trillion package in total. They broke it up into two. It's the second one that we're keeping our eyes on because that's the one where we're expecting them to add those fourth stimulus checks into it, possibly even a fifth, as some people are calling on, and potentially even monthly stimulus checks. So yeah, that's why we want to watch the first one. However, it looks like, based on everything that's going on right now and what people are saying, they're basically not coming together unless they come together and meet somewhere in the middle around this $1.3 to $1.4 trillion mark. But honestly, that's still pretty far from where both sides are right now. I mean, hundreds of billions of dollars apart from where they currently are. So that's why we want to watch this, because if they happen to take all of this, bundle it together, put it in one massive, colossal package, about $4.1 trillion, put a nice bow on top, and pass it through with budget reconciliation, then, that's going to be a totally different story. If that's the case, if they go budget reconciliation, we'll have to see what they're going to add into this thing, but it could be like a free-for-all. Seriously, I mean, who knows what they're going to add into it at that point? I mean, literally, pile it up, guys. Put everything you could ever want from your wish list into it and basically push it through. So that's why we want to watch this thing. Also, the second portion, the American Families Plan, the second portion, the one that's going to be focused on social programs, that's the one. Regardless of what happens with the first half, that's likely going to be pushed through with budget reconciliation regardless of what happens. So, seriously, that's the one we're going to be watching for that fourth stimulus check. So we want to keep our eyes on that one very, very closely as we continue to get even more people pushing for a fourth stimulus check. As we've been talking about lately, there's even more people coming out writing letters to the president saying, hey, we like your American Families Plan, but we really need to add some stimulus checks in there and even add those recurring stimulus checks. Like that letter that we read from you or to you the other day from the House Ways and Means Committee. Remember that one? If you didn't see that letter, Go back in our videos and check that one out. We have a dedicated video just the other day with Corey reading the exact letter from the House Ways and Means Committee to the president. So we're coming up on that deadline also. The end of May is when they want to have substantial progress on this thing before they basically just hit the road and say, well, we're going to do this thing on our own and get it passed through by July 4th or whatever date that they happen to, do this thing by. One thing to remember too, the budget reconciliation process, it's supposed to be fast. It's not that fast, but it is a little bit quick. I mean, let's think back to like the March time, the $1.9 trillion package. That was supposed to be passed in like really fast time, like record time. What did it take? Like 5-6 weeks or something? I mean, it took a while. Well, I mean, realistically, from the inauguration until the time it was passed, it was about, 6 weeks or so? 6.5 weeks, 7 weeks? So, I mean, relatively quick when you're talking about like government stuff, but it still takes a while. You know what I mean? So we will continue watching this. However, let's talk about a few different stimulus programs that are actually happening during this time right now. There are states all over, states, counties, cities, that are offering stimulus checks to the people. Not only that, there are now these vaccination lotteries. If you're interested in that, I mean, first off, I want to make it very clear. I'm not telling you to do anything either way with the vaccination. That's totally up to you. Whatever works for you, your beliefs, your family, everything like that. I'm not pushing you either way. Please don't think that. I'm not. It's totally up to you. But all I'm doing is I'm informing you of these vaccination lotteries. I mean, you could win millions of dollars. In some cases, New York, $5 million is the grand prize. 1 in 9 people in New York who get one of these scratch-off tickets would be a winner of as little as $20 up to $50,000 and $5 million as a grand prize. For example, in Ohio, there's 5 people that are going to win $1 million. In New Jersey, they're now looking at $500 stimulus checks for 1 million residents. I don't know why I said 500. $500 for 1 million residents in New Jersey. Maryland, stimulus checks. North Carolina, stimulus checks, $500 or $250. Yes, California, $600 stimulus checks as a result of the Golden State stimulus. Not only that, there are all these different signing bonuses that are going on right now for people who might be interested in getting a job. Again, I don't want to make it sound like I'm trying to get you to get a job. Honestly, do whatever works best for you. I'm just telling you the information that's out there. But there are signing bonuses out there ranging from anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 across multiple different states right now. So there's like a bunch of different programs going on right now. In fact, the other day, I made a video, and it's really up in the air if this is ethical or not. To be totally honest, it's probably not ethical, but it's one way that a person, if they really wanted to, they could kind of play the game. And that would be, if you're in one of these states where they're giving you a signing bonus to go back to work for 4 weeks or whatever, you have to be on the job. In a video a few days ago, I said, hey, what's stopping somebody from getting a job, working the minimum number of hours? In a lot of cases, it's like 15 hours a week, working the minimum number of hours for 4 weeks or whatever they say you have to work. And then on week 5, you walk in and say, hey, this job isn't for me anymore. I'll take my bonus from the state and I'm going to hit the road. Who says you can't do that? Again, it's totally controversial to say if that's actually ethical or not. Realistically, it's probably not. But who says people wouldn't do that? I mean, realistically, if you were to get like a $1,200 or $1,600 signing bonus to come on and work for 4 weeks at a minimum of 15 hours a week, you know what I mean? I mean, if you calculated out how much you would earn at your job and then with the signing bonus and all this other stuff, after the course of 1 month, I mean, you'd take down a pretty nice little income for just 1 month of work, working 15 hours a week. But again, I don't want to tell you what to do with that, but it's just an idea. As in, there's nothing stopping people from doing that unless there's some kind of caveat written into the rules saying, yeah, you need to stay on the job for, 6 months or a year or something. Well, at that point, you have to kind of weigh the benefits of whatever job you're taking at that point. But either way, I wanted to bring the latest updates on this. I know it's kind of confusing with everything going on right now. You've probably heard different things floating around out there. But yeah, as of right now, looks like they're going budget reconciliation with this thing all the way. Based on how it's currently looking, there's basically no negotiations between Republicans and Democrats. They're just so far apart right now. They're basically saying, yeah, we're just having a hard time coming together, and we're just not doing it. We're just way too far apart right now. It's a non-starter. So I'll keep you updated on that, but we will certainly keep an eye on it because everybody needs those fourth stimulus checks and those monthly recurring payments as we've been talking about for a while now. So thanks again, everybody. I truly appreciate it. I just want to keep you updated, which is why I continue to bring these videos. So make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. If you haven't done so already, share this video or check out any of my other 1,100 videos right here on the channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next